This is the Transformers Generations Power of the Primes Legends class Windcharger. The figure is part of the first wave of Legends class figures for the new Power of the Primes Generations toy line. And here is a quick look at the packaging. One of the fastest Autobots there was in G1 before Blur came in, of course. So it was called Windcharger. Interestingly enough, this is now seems to be the definitive Windcharger. We've seen several Windcharger figures being released and being given that sort of G1-ish homage treatment to it, but this one is probably the closest one we're gonna get to a chugger Windcharger that you can put on your generation shelves, and I'm very, very excited about it. Just let me get him straightened out. So very, very cool. He comes with a nice collector card. Amalgamous Windcharger. Becomes a massive object with huge gravitational pull. Combines with, I still don't get really this time traveler Prime Master. And then did they combine and become something else? It leaves so much to the imagination, I swear. Okay, and then comes with a nice little set of instructions. Very cool. White on gray. And again, the only way for a Prime to interact with him is if you sit him or seat him, the Prime, him or her, inside the driver's seat, which is this way. You don't open the doors, you open like the whole back end and the roof, and you get it. Talk about that later. Speaking of Windchargers that have been released, here is one. I've not opened this guy up because I now have this. I am planning on letting this one go, probably selling it off or passing it off to a buddy, and I don't want to ruin the experience with this toy, so I'm keeping it mint in box. And I'm sure you already know, you guys already know what this figure looks like. It's a Scout class figure for Reveal the Shield. It's a little bit taller. I do love this figure. It's an amazing figure, but it's a nice little Generations homage. But again, it does not transform. It's not the G1 Windcharger that we all know and love, simply because he looks more like a Cliff Jumper Windcharger hybrid. But I do love this figure, and you know, I'll have to let it go now because I have this one. So that's that. The other Windcharger we've gotten is from Combiner Wars, I think. Combiner Wars. And let me just get him into his robot mode. And he's pretty cool. But the mold is not really for me. I mean, there is some reference to the old G1 Windcharger, but it's not doing it for me. I mean, between these three, I think this one is the worst Windcharger that Hasbro has ever released. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people like this one. This is more of in the IDW mold, comic books. I'm just not into that. With the toys, the comics are great, but you know, I want a more G1 accurate, more closer look into the G1, and this is it. If you want a Windcharger, if you want to pick one of these three, this is the one you want to get. This one I'm probably going to let it go as well. So enough of that. Let's talk about the figure itself. Very nice. It looks very stocky, just like or blocky, just like his wave mate, Beachcomber. And I'm going to show you some of the other mini bots we've gotten from Titan's Return. We've got Bumblebee, scaling very, very nicely. We've got Brawn. Let me put this guy at the back so you can see Brawn. So in the old G1 cartoons, these are the ones we got. And I was like, wow, I wanted a toy of that. And then when I saw the mini bot, the toys were like, this is it? They're so small. And I wanted a posable, I want an updated one. This is what we got. So very, very nice. Very, very happy with it. Okay. I have some comments about this figure. I will, definitely. But let's talk about the figure itself. Nice detail. I love the G1 chest. Very, very cool. The G1 head. Very nice. Even everything about him screams G1. You got that Autobot logo. A little bit skewed to the left part of the hood. Articulation, some nice, very, very nice details. Got great paint app silver here, gray, tempoed Autobot symbol, silver face, some black, very nice. Swivel neck, no waist articulation, but ball jointed elbows and shoulders, ball jointed hips, hinged knees, and that's it. Very, very cool. So let's get him into his alt mode. What you want to do is, that's exactly my, before I talk to alt mode, that's my comment about this figure. The alt mode, the transformation actually is the one that's not as convincing as it should be. I think they could have improved it. There's a lot of clearance issues and whatnot. It's a little bit sloppy for me, but a little bit, just a little bit, but not enough to deter me from getting this figure. I think it's not a deal breaker. It's just, I wish they could have improved on it. So I'm trying to transform him the best way I know without really ruining the figure, because I popped up that hood several times when I was transforming this guy. So I'll go ahead and do that. And again, see, this is what I'm talking about. The instructions tell you to just do this. The neck, there's a little bit of a gap right there for the hinge. So when you pop the hood from his behind, you'll stretch it out, and then you move the neck this way and this way. So he's a little bit taller. What you need to do is, while keeping that neck straight or body straight, you need to fold the arms and tab them right there in that, again, very, very thin peg, and be careful you don't break it. So again, you do that, and see, there is some alignment issues, which I think it's not as solid a transformation as I want it to be. I know it's nitpicking and all that, but it's still a great figure. So there, that's what you do. And at this point in time, you want to go fold this up just about there, because you want to put your Titan Master or Prime or whoever you want to put there. So we'll put Dabaru, and then just fold in like this. And that's it. That is alt mode. So yeah, I think in the old G1 cartoon, he was supposed to be a Trans Am, 83 Pontiac Firebird, but as a kid, you know, he looked different. To me, right now, I thought it was a Mach 1. What is a Mach 1? A Ford Mustang, 71 Ford Mustang Mach 1, and that's what this guy looked like. This one looked more like a Mustang than a Pontiac Firebird, a modern Mustang, like a 205 or 208 Mustang. So yeah, so now we get a more Firebird looking one, although the front grille kind of reminds me of a Camaro, 70s Camaro, but it's supposed to be that, the Trans Am. So here is Huffer, obviously not in scale and all, but Huffer was a mini bot. So there, let me just get the IDW version in his car mode. So very quickly, hold on. Okay, so here he is, and this one looks more like a Camaro or a Viper, I don't know, instead of a Mustang or a Pontiac. And in this one, I think, as I mentioned in my other reviews, and when I reviewed this figure, the saving grace that this one has was its alt mode, and I really loved this alt mode. But it's not, does not look like a Pontiac. Maybe it does, I don't know. Looks more like a Charger or a Camaro. Viper, who knows? Not a Viper, Charger or a Camaro. So yeah, a little bit more modern. This is more G1. So yeah, cool. There. And again, if you want a definitive Windcharger, this is the one you want to get. This one's not bad if you're okay with it, but it's more of the comics IDW. This is more of the G1. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. It's very nice. Sorry, talk about the alt mode, rolls very well, lots of details, and again, a little bit on the flimsy side of transformation, trying to get those gaps closed in and all that. But yeah, paint apps are great. Everything about the figure is great. Could have improved transformation, but it's great. I should give it a 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. Very, very close. Transformers, Power of the Primes, Windcharger. Thanks for watching.